How are you doing today? So I'm super excited about this tutorial because it's all Tarte products and I love Tarte, and I wanted to get this up for you guys as soon as possible because they're having their friends and family 30% off sale right now. I believe you use the code FESTIVAL and it ends April 6th, so whenever you see this video it'll still probably be up for at least I think like 2 or 3 more days. So hopefully if you see something that you like you can get it at a better price, and if you want to see how I got this look then just keep watching. So I'm going to start off with my brows, and I'm going to use the Tarte Lip palette, and I'm going to use 2 different shades. This one right here I'm going to use all over, and then this one right here, this darker brown, and I'm going to use on my tail to make it a little darker. I'm going to use the Shape Tape Concealer in Fair to clean up my brows and also prime my eyelids. So I asked you guys on Snapchat to screenshot which palette you wanted me to use for this tutorial, and the winner, the most screenshots, was the Tarte Pro. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with the brow bone shade in here, which is this one called Classic. And I'm just setting that primer. Now I'm going to go ahead and use this shade, which is Innocent. And I'm going to fluff that into my crease. If you're wondering the brushes that I'm using, I am going to use the Tarte Unicorn brush set, which I have a full review on. I can link down below. But I'm also using these new ones from BH Cosmetics. I can't remember the name of the set, but I'll have them linked. Next I'm going to go in with this shade, which is called Whiskey. Oh wait, no, that's Whimsy. And I'm just going to put that into my outer V and a little bit deeper into my crease. I personally really love the Tarte eyeshadows, and I have a lot of their palettes. But I always say to go in store and try them for yourself and swatch them and see how you like the feel of them, because they are on the drier side and I feel like people either love or hate the Tarte shadows. So there's a lot of mixed reviews on them, but I really like them. And I'm just taking whatever is left over on that same blending brush and just kind of really lightly, with barely any pressure, blending out the edges. Next I'm going to go ahead and use this darker shade right here, which is called Smoked, and I'm just going to put that into my outer V. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and take this shade right here, which is called Glam, and I'm going to put that all over my lid. Now I'm just going to go back in my fluffy blending brush one more time. Make sure everything is nice and blended. So just to add something a little bit extra and fun to this look, I have these 2 different Tarte. They're called the High Performance, they're called the Eye Jewels Glitter Liner, and I have it in gold and silver. So I think I'm going to do gold over my lid, and then I might do silver on my lower lash line. So I'm just going to take the glitter side. There's also a more like opaque side. And I'm just going to like really lightly just like put glitter on top. I got these because they were on sale for $12 instead of like $24 or something. So for $12 they're really nice. If for $24 I would rather get the Stila ones. So we're going to move on to the face, and I don't have an actual primer, but I got this little skincare set, and I'm going to use the moisturizer as a primer, which I used to do all the time. I don't really have problems like really bad pores or I don't know, mostly I just have a little bit of texture right now and dryness, so a moisturizer works fine for me. For foundation, I'm going to use the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Water Foundation in Porcelain, and I love this foundation, but I do have a complaint. I bought the foundation and the concealer at the same time. I bought the lightest shades of both, and look how much darker the concealer is than the foundation. And they're the lightest shades. Isn't that crazy? I can't use that concealer with this foundation. I have to mix it or else it's too dark. I'm just going in with one pump of this, and I'm just using a sponge from Whispers to blend it in. I really like this foundation, especially because I have dry skin. I feel like it's like a really nice luminous look to the skin, and it's also pretty natural. I think I can kind of see my freckles peeking through a little bit, but it still covers up acne and any redness, so it's nice. Next up, my favorite concealer of life, the Tarte Shape Tape. I'm actually in the process of like using up all the concealers that I own, so I can just use this one. It's my favorite. It's just the best concealer ever. And even though it is a little bit expensive if you don't buy high-end concealers, a little goes a really long way. Okay, so now for setting the concealer, this is the one part where I'm going to cheat because I actually filmed an entire tutorial earlier and it ended up getting ruined when I set my concealer. I used this Tarte powder and it was awful. It made the concealer underneath my eyes oxidize like immediately, like right where I put the powder, it like turned orange. It was ridiculous. I do not at all recommend using this Tarte. It's their Smooth Operator powder with the Shape Tape. It just did not work. I'm just going to use my RCMA No Color powder. This never fails me. I'm also just going to use a tiny bit of that powder on a really big fluffy brush. This brush from BH Cosmetics, which was in the set, is honestly so beautiful. Like the packaging, and then just like it's so big and fluffy, and it's just really nice. Like such a nice inexpensive powder brush. So before I finish off my face, I'm gonna go back to my eyes really quick. I'm just gonna use a Morphe E36 and I'm gonna go in with the shade Innocent, which is that first transition color that I used, and I'm just going to kind of run this along the lower lash line and just create a little bit of smokiness, but nothing intense at all. For mascara, I got the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes. I don't think that I've tried this. I bought the little sample online. I think it was like $9 just because I really didn't need a full-size mascara. And I honestly only bought it to do this tutorial, so. I feel like I've used a mascara from Tarte before, but I can't remember which one it was. I feel like it was in a black and gold bottle. I feel like this is giving me really good separation and length, but not a whole ton of volume. It's actually pretty dry considering I just opened it. I think I'm going to try and do a second layer just to get a little more volume. I think that if you like a lot of length and separation, you'll like this. And I mean, it's not a bad mascara, but I'm not like in love. So I should have done this before I did mascara, but I also bought the Tarte Skinny Smolder Eyes pencil, and what's the shade is Golden Tiger's Eye, and I just grabbed this off the sale page because I didn't really have an eyeliner from them and the color looked pretty, so I was like, may as well try it. I've never heard anyone talk about these, so this is kind of just like a maroony purpley type shade. Okay, so the last little finishing touch, I'm going to take the silver sparkles and I'm just going to put them on the inner corner of my eye right here. Okay, so now to finish off the face, we're going to go in with the Tarte's Pro Glow To Go palette. I love this palette. It's so good. It's only $23. The contour is a little bit warm. I definitely go in with a light hand. Today I'm going to go in with this big fluffy brush and just go in pretty lightly. I'm going to tap off any excess and use a light hand just because I'm, you know, really fair. But if you're a little bit darker than me, you'll probably like this a lot. So for blush, this isn't available anymore. I'm not sure if the individual shades are, but this is a blush palette from Holiday 2015, I believe. It just looks like this, and I'm going to go in with this top shade right here, which is called Beaming. I'm not sure how it's going to work, but the brush that I used for setting on my eyes, I'm going to use for highlight too. I'm just going to try it out. And again, I'm using this little palette, and my favorite shade in here is Gleam. So I'm just going to use that one. This is such a pretty color. I'm just going to go over that with my Beauty Blender real quick and just kind of tap that in some. I'm also going to go in with the middle shade Burst, and I'm going to use it to highlight my inner corner and my brow bone. Nothing too intense, I'm just doing a little tiny pop of it. Okay, so last but not least for this look is their Tarte lip paint, and this is the quick dry formula in the shade Bestie. I'm just gonna like dab off any chapstick that I have on right now. I made the mistake of leaving chapstick on with this before, and it left it sticky the entire time, which was not comfortable. But as long as your lips are clear, this is one of those formulas that's really, really drying, which I don't normally mind because it stays put really well. It doesn't transfer. It reminds me a lot of the ColourPop Ultra Matte Lips. So I do see this probably being too dry for some people, but I do like it, and it's a really pretty shade. Last but not least, I'm going to use their Rainforest of the Sea Hydrating Boosting Mist. And I'm going to cover my eyes. I think I hear a little man waking up. 1 minute. Do you want to say hi? Say hi. This is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this Tarte One Brand tutorial. I really like Tarte overall as a brand. I would say my favorites are definitely their cheek products and their eyeshadows, and I really do like this liquid lipstick in Bestie. I think it's really nice. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.